Hi, I'm Matt Guyan, and you're watching another installment of Wtf Bgsu.
This is
Next book on the favorites list is Paper Towns. That's not all.
Say hi.
Hi. Oh, those quirky characters in BGSU's administration building have done it again. Today's video is brought to you by the payroll office. Yes, that's right, I'm actually doing a rant on a BGSU department other than the Bursars department. Although they still handle money, so it's kind of a fine line. So as well as being a student, I'm also a university employee. My official title is Aural Skills Tutor. Aural Skills is a class you have to take as an undergraduate music major where you learn how to sight sing and dictate music and whatever, that's not important. The point is that I tutor it and I get paid for it. So on Friday, March the 5th being payday, I went into the administration building to pick up my paycheck, just like I have every 2 weeks since I started working this job. Now, a lot of places of employment nowadays will give you the option of receiving your paycheck through direct deposit. This is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Rather than giving you the paycheck every couple of weeks, they electronically deposit it into your bank account. However, I don't like direct deposit. The technophobe fuddy-duddy part of me is a little bit mistrustful of direct deposit, particularly after the e-refund snafu from earlier this semester. So I don't do direct deposit if I can possibly avoid it, but this does mean that I have to drive into BGSU's administration building every couple of weeks and pick up my paycheck. Which is fine. I'm usually there anyway, it's not too much of an inconvenience. So I drove in there March the 5th to pick up my paycheck and was informed that the administration building is no longer handing out paychecks. If you don't have direct deposit, they are instead going to mail the paycheck to you. Well, okay. That would have been nice to know before I drove in here to pick up my paycheck, but it's fine. It's fine. If you've mailed it to me already, I should be receiving it probably the next day. Yeah, no problem. Well, I didn't receive it the next day, and I was heading home for spring break, so I figured, okay, well, it'll be here when I get back. I'll deposit it then. No big deal. Drove home to find that the reason I didn't get it here on Saturday is because they didn't mail it to my apartment in Bowling Green. They mailed it to my house in Ashland. See, I have specified 2 addresses to BGSU. My home address is my house in Ashland because that is technically still my home address, and my mailing address is here because it doesn't make any sense for them to send any of my mail to my house in Ashland because I'm not there most of the time. You would think, therefore, that they would mail the paycheck to my mailing address rather than my home address, but no, apparently that makes too much sense. But wait! There's more! Oh, we're not done yet! So yesterday evening I received a call from the payroll office. I didn't have my phone on at the time, so they left a message on my voicemail. And this message was basically to inform me that BGSU's administration building is no longer handing out paychecks. They will instead mail them to you unless you have direct deposit, and then they gave me information about direct deposit. Okay. First of all, why wouldn't you inform me of this change, I don't know, before you make it rather than 10 days after? Second of all, why would you assume that I don't already know this? I was just there. You made the change on a payday. There were probably a lot of people coming into the administration expecting to find their paychecks and not. This isn't really a huge frustration. I mean, it's not like an inconvenience to me at all. It's just further evidence that once again at BGSU, not only does the right hand not know what the left hand is doing, but there is not a single part of the body that knows what another part of the body is doing. Who picks the people that are in the business of handling the university's money? How do they come to the conclusion that these are the right people for the job?
Well, let's see, you're not organized enough to be an administrator, and you're not intelligent enough to be a professor. We'll give you a job handling the university's money.
And that concludes this episode of WTF Bgsu.